People have searched for and dreamed of regions of extraordinary longevity for centuries. In the 1960s, pioneering nutritionist Ansel Keys drew attention to long lives and low rates of heart disease in parts of Italy and the island of Crete. And though his recommendations, which urged a carb-heavy Mediterranean diet, are now controversial, Keys helped to spark a more systematic search for locations around the world with remarkable lifespans. And about 15 years ago, explorer and writer Dan Buettner from National Geographic pinpointed 5 such places. And they were Loma Linda, California, Nicoya, Costa Rica, Sardinia, Italy, Ikaria, Greece, and Okinawa, Japan. Residents of those areas, which he named the Blue Zones, made it to their 100th birthday at 10 times the rate of the general US population. In today's episode, I'm going to tell you about the lessons we can draw from the world's centenarian havens around the world. Hi, I'm Stephanie Phillips Markstein, and I help health-conscious people optimize their physical and emotional well-being so that they can show up in the world as the best and most confident version of themselves. So after analyzing all the data, Buettner and his colleagues zeroed in on 9 contributing factors. Number 1, staying physically active. Number 2, maintaining a sense of purpose and drive. Number 3, taking time to relax or play. Number 4, avoiding overeating. 5, following a plant-based diet. 6, drinking wine. Yay! 7, participating in a faith-based community. 8, having close family ties. And 9, staying social. So many of those things are probably not very surprising. But in all 5 blue zones, again, I'm getting photobombed by my dog. Centenarians eat a plant-based diet made up largely of whole grains, greens, potatoes, nuts, and legumes. They ate meat, get this, only an average of 5 times a month. So that's, slightly more than once a week. And wine was consumed moderately, about 1 to 2 glasses a day. Being physically active meant leading lives in which people are almost always moving. In other words, walking whenever possible, taking the stairs, doing yard work without motorized conveniences like lawn tractors. You might wonder if genetics plays a role in longevity. And yes, it does, but not as much as you might think. So multiple family studies have shown that for most of us, our genetic makeup probably accounts for only about 20 to 30% of our longevity. In fact, research shows that healthy lifestyle choices such as diet, exercise, and social interactions can actually override genetic predispositions to certain conditions such as heart disease or diabetes, thereby extending our health span as well. However, it does appear that genetic makeup of the lucky few may be robust enough to delay their aging process regardless of their lifestyle decisions. There was a 2011 study done in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society, which looked at earlier BMIs, calorie intakes, physical activity, alcohol use, and even smoking habits of a group of seniors aged 95 and older. And they found little difference between their behavior and those of and those of the general population who didn't live as long. So the truth is genetics can play a role. You might also ask about what happens if your life takes place mostly indoors, and that's true for many people. Luckily, for those of us who spend most of our days at work indoors, sitting in a cubicle, research shows that regular exercise in and out of the gym can provide life-lengthening results. For example, a 2017 study found that for every hour spent running, a person can increase life expectancy by 7 hours. Think about that. That's incredible. One British study of 655 men in their 70s, 80s, and early 90s found that even a half hour of light activity a week cut their chances of dying during the 6 years of the study by 17%. And a more recent study of more than 8,500 adults suggest that group sports, or perhaps group sports are perhaps the most longevity inducing of all. Playing tennis added 9.7 years to participants' lives. Badminton added 6.2 years, and soccer 4.7 years. The researchers suspected that the social aspects of team sports provide a bonus stress reducing fact, basically amplifying the benefits of the exercise. So it's not just the activity, but rather the social aspects of it as well combined. So why do social ties matter? Social activity seems to lower stress across the board. And when researchers followed nearly 7,000 people over a 9-year period, they found that there were more social ties. Those with more social ties tend to live longer, regardless of other influencing factors, such as socioeconomic status, exercise, and even body weight. In fact, the mortality rate of men and women with the fewest close relationships was 2.3 and 2.8 times greater, respectively, than that of people with the most social relationships. The researchers surmise that having good friendships and strong family ties helps to calm our stress response system. Chronically high levels of the stress hormone cortisol, which we've talked about many times, can suppress our immune system, increasing our risk of life-threatening conditions such as heart disease and type 2 diabetes. And if you're wondering if any of these keys to longevity also help with keeping your mind agile too, yes. Studies show that all of them have protective effects on the aging brain as well, by improving cognitive function or even slowing decline. Getting good quality sleep is also important. Research shows that people who regularly sleep less than the recommended 7 to 8 hours a night score lower on tests of mental function. Finally, you want to keep cultivating a sense of purpose by staying active in your church, taking classes, or volunteering. New studies show that not only can this protect against cognitive decline, but it can also boost happiness. And then there's one more thing. Obviously, people who maintain a healthy weight have a much better chance of staying youthful. And if you've ever wanted to try the ketogenic diet, but you found it confusing or overwhelming, I have made it easy for you by putting together a free guide called Keto for Beginners. It includes frequently asked questions, 3 exercises to trim your waist, and 2 keto-friendly recipes. So be sure to pick that up at the link below. And if you enjoyed this, I would ask that you like and share this video. And also, don't forget to join me on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Eastern for Saturdays with Stephanie on my Facebook page. I hope to see you there. Thanks.